Good morning. It's Friday, August 25th. Thank you so much for joining us for this edition of Up to the Minute. I'm Sade Campbell, the Strategic Enrollment Communications and Social Media Manager here at HCC, filling in for Todd Duplantis this Good Friday, and pleased to be joined by my co-host, Stacey Hawkins, who's a HCCTV producer. Welcome to the show, Stacey. Hello, Stacey. Good morning.
Hello. Good Friday. We're almost to the weekend.
Yes, I'm getting ahead of myself by welcoming people to the show. Well, for those who are new to the show or need to hear it again, let's remind everyone of how they can find Up to the Minute.
We are live on Houston Community College District's Facebook page. Now, you've got to spell out Houston Community College, not just HCC. We're also on YouTube. We are on X, formerly known as Twitter, LinkedIn, and if you want to go old school, HCCTV at noon, 5, and 10 p.m. Monday through Friday when HCC's in session.
Yes, absolutely. Well, today we are going to be welcoming an HCC media specialist from our student newspaper on the print and digital side of things. We welcome to the show Fredrick Batiste, who's an HCC communication speech and American Sign Language instructor, as well as the student paper Egalitarian Egalitarian advisor. He's the advisor for our student paper. Welcome to the show, Fredrick. Good morning.
Sorry about that. Good morning, Sade. Good morning, ACC. I'm glad to be here and glad to talk some student media with you all.
Yes, you and Stacey, who both produce student media, are going to have a great conversation. But first, we're going to welcome the return of one of our favorite independent film venues, which is the Aurora Picture Show. Welcome into the show is a curator of the Aurora Picture Show, Salome Kokoladze. Welcome to the show, Salome.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Well, for those who may not know about what Aurora Picture Show is, let's kick off with a description of what you all do.
So we're a nonprofit media arts organization, and we're based in Houston. We host screenings regularly of experimental film, video, expanded cinema. We also host performance art and installation art. So we really love to introduce Houston audiences to leading voices within this field. So we often invite artists from all over the country and sometimes from outside the US as well. We also love to support local artists through artist programs, but also community programs. We do things like Bring Your Own Beamer, which is a collaboration with the Menil Collection, where we invite anyone from the community to bring their projector or use one of ours to project the content of their choice on the side of the Menil. And that's an open program for the community to showcase their work, which is amazing. We also do a yearly film festival, which is an extremely short film festival, which is open to anyone in the world, but we do encourage locals based in Texas or in Houston to submit their works, because it's a great way to, introduce your work to the local community and attend a festival. And it's a, great opportunity. That's a sort of gist of what we do.
And, I never would have thought that something existed that would really amplify the voices of content creators, film producers, just to be able to show that work. So I hope anyone who's listening, who's been wondering how they can showcase their art, heard about the opportunities available at the show. But you all have some upcoming programming related to climate justice, which is a hot topic right now. And what your upcoming programming is called Green Bridges, Transient Walls. Tell us a little bit about what you all have planned for this.
So first, I'll premise that we are actually moving from our current venue to the East End, Second Ward, and this is sort of our introduction to being present in the neighborhood and moving to the neighborhood. So the Climate Justice Museum, which is also based in the East End Second Ward, we are partnering with them to present this program. And it's going to be in the corner of Commerce and Robert Street. So it's an outdoor screening and it's an outdoor lot. So you can find it at the corner of Roberts and Commerce Street. And the screening is sort of inspired generally by movement, moving from one country to another, from one neighborhood to another, and movement, more metaphorically as well, from, secular to spiritual world as well. So how do we relate to one another? How do we relate to plants or animals while we are in these transitional states? So that screening sort of also touches on topics of like climate migration or various political crises. So, we don't often move because we want to, but because we're forced to, or where we live isn't welcoming to us anymore. So there is sort of layers of political questions or environmental questions embedded into the screening. For example, we have a video included in the screening by an artist, Art Jones, who made a piece called Dronography, and it's showcasing his neighborhood Bronx through the perspective of a bee, which is a very sort of unusual approach to see New York City, which is full of buildings and not so much nature. And suddenly you see it through an animal that is interested in flowers or plants. So what does Bronx look like from this perspective? There is an artist, Fredrick, who looks at a previous Nike missile site, which has been converted to a wildlife sanctuary in Chicago, and he reveals this sort of a secret that the site is also used as a cruising site for gay men. So there's this layers of history that is sort of unearthed through this experimental video. And we have also artists like TJ Cuthand, who looks at a medicine bundle that's been used by his family to, overcome smallpox or later Spanish flu and now, COVID-19 pandemic. So there is a spirit of a bear cup connected to this medicine bundle. And he's sort of looking at this relationship with the spirit of an animal and how it's guided the family through, colonization or various political crises.
Yeah, this is so interesting. So that POV, that point of view from these different things, and often the communities who are affected the most by climate change and environmental racism are the ones who don't identify with the problem the most. Like we're in a position where people need the arts to help them see really what's happening, what can be done, and all I can say is art is very important in moving the needle and changing perceptions, changing opinions. And it sounds like it's not just local to Houston. You have artists from across the nation, which is people will be able to walk away with a lot of different points of view. And, we're just thinking about this, we're thinking about water restrictions that we're dealing with in Houston right now, and just the heat. I think we just really need to understand the truth about what is happening. And I'm so excited that we have the opportunity here in Houston to be able, through your nonprofit organization, to see what we have, see what is happening. So encouraging everyone who's watching to go and check that out. And you also are making sure when we move the needle, we have to start with youth, right? And you all have some summer or some youth camps that students can be a part of. Tell us about that.
Yes, definitely. First, I want to say the screenings on September 29 at 7:30 p.m. So put that on your calendars and also sign up for our newsletter. You'll get a reminder for any of our upcoming programs. Yes, summer camps are a really great way for youth to get introduced to filmmaking and more experimental aspects of it. And that usually happens. We just actually finished this summer's youth filmmaking camps with a screening at the MFAH, which was an amazing way for the students to, see their films in a big audience and understand what it means to be a filmmaker, not just by making films, but also by introducing it to, wide audiences and what that means for your art to exist in like larger context. Yeah, every year we invite children from 7 to 14 to participate in these camps, and it is really great opportunity for them to just have a very productive summer, have fun, and learn something new.
Yeah. All right. We have to wrap, but if there's one thing you wish that people knew about the Aurora Picture Show that you wish more people knew, what would you tell them?
I think just keep an eye out on our upcoming programming and also on our local partnerships. Like we do, for example, partnership with BBP, which is called Nightlight, and we go and activate with local artists sites along the Buffalo Bayou. So there are so many opportunities for you as an artist and as someone who is a film lover to check out really, strong programming. So keep an eye out on what's happening, and we hope to see you as an audience and as an artist engage with us.
Yes, absolutely. If you're just tuning in, we've been talking to Salome Kokoladze, who's the curator of the Aurora Picture Show. Be sure to check out Greenbridge's Transient Walls screening at their location. It'll be happening September 29th, 7:30 to 9:30 p.m. We'll have more details posted after the show about Aurora Picture Show and all of their programming. Thanks so much for joining us, Salome.
Thank you. And just a correction, it's not a screening at our location. It's going to be in the East End outside on Commerce and Robert Streets. And yeah, hope to see everyone there. Thanks so much for having me.
Yes, thank you for that tidbit. We want to make sure people get there.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye. Take care.
And now we're moving on to Fredrick Batiste, who is an HCC communications instructor. He's the Egalitarian advisor and also VP of member training for the College Media Association. And honestly, all around cool guy. Welcome to the show, Fred.
Well, thank you, Stacy. And for those glowing things from you, I will Venmo you that money that we talked about beforehand.
Excellent. Well, we know that the Egalitarian is still available to the HCC community, but the delivery mode has changed. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yes, and it goes a lot with college media. In the midst of the pandemic, a lot of college media have gone completely digital or in discussions on transitioning to going digital, along with cutting their physical imprint on campuses. And we are no different. We went completely digital during the pandemic, and you can go to HCCEgalitarian.com for updates and whatnot. And we're working on getting out some special issues that'll be delivered through the system to students and faculty and staff and the HCC community about 4 to 6 times during the academic year. So we're still serving our student body and the community just in a way that reflects how mobile everyone is.
Now, what does this mean for students that are interested in participating?
Well, it basically means there are different avenues now, as you know, Stacy, with how media's gone almost completely digital. We have to change with the time with implementing social media for news. A lot of college media do simple things like go to different campuses, go run up on students, shoot TikTok videos saying, "What are you listening to?" And a lot of college media is getting into engagement in certain things, along with covering hard-hitting things like chancellor searches, crime on campus, everything. The college media is still doing those things, but we've transitioned to a more digital thing as industry dictates.
It
But for
sounds like
students,
it's
I'm sorry, but for students at ACC, regardless of your field of study, regardless of what campus you're in, the great thing about the digital side, being us being completely digital, those barriers to participate are pretty much gone due to transportation and whatnot. You can use your computer, use your smartphone, and still participate.
it sounds like what you're doing is kind of mirroring what we're teaching in class with convergence.
Yes, and as you know, Stacy, convergence has been the lay of the land since '96 and the Telecom Act, and everything in media has followed suit since that legislation passed and set forth the way media is. And what we're doing is reflecting what is going on in the industry, where a lot of folks, even at HCCTV, participate in what we call backpack journalism, which basically is, hey, you have at least a DSLR or a video camera or a smartphone. You're shooting, you're editing, you're writing the content, you're making sure the lower thirds are right by yourself. And it used to be that was the realm of the sports folks at TV stations. But now pretty much everyone in media is doing a form of backpack journalism. So we would be remiss if we don't bring that to our students and give them opportunity to get their feet wet in it before they transition to 4 years.
And, one thing I emphasize in students that take my class, Introduction to Electronic Media, is that a lot of them aren't comm students. So do you have to be a comm student to be involved in the paper?
And I'm glad you said that, Stacy. No, you don't have to be a comm student to participate with Egalitarian. And I always tell students that are not comm students that, what if you're a business major? Well, you learn how to edit your video. You learn how to write and communicate for your business plans and marketing and whatnot, because some of the skills from basically journalism and media are used in marketing and public relations. So it's a great cross-training exercise, and also asking questions, because you'll be amazed at what skills you can pick up from student media that transfer over into other fields.
Now, what kind of things are you looking for in students interested in joining, both in terms of maybe any existing skills and some of those soft skills, some of those personality characteristics?
Well, I always joke that I will take students that work hard more than talented students, because work ethic, as you know, in this industry, work ethic will get you a lot further than talent. Yeah, you could be, but the talent works. But most importantly for our students, I just want a will to work, a willingness to make mistakes and learn, because we are a learning laboratory with the Egalitarian. Like if you have a passion for the things you like, well, we have an avenue for you. All we want is to give you the opportunity to learn skills or whatnot. But if you're into like finding out, and I tell people all journalism is getting paid to be in other folks' business.
Oh, that's hilarious. I love it.
So
as an advisor, what is your vision for the Egalitarian kind of going forward?
Well, as we continue to transition, because the pandemic has slowed a lot of things down across student media and college media as a whole. So we're transitioning and delivering those periodic electronic versions throughout, but also more day-to-day stuff, and actually ramping up our social media side, which took a hit during the pandemic. And it's not just limited to us. Once again, I got to go back. A lot of college media has suffered during the pandemic, and higher ed as well. And I'm pretty sure everybody out there understands that. But with us as college media, steadily growing, steadily bringing in talented students to do work, and also participate, have some fun, and get to know the college for more than just the classes.
So finally, what is your role in the College Media Association? Tell us a little bit about what that is.
All right. So in College Media Association, I am the vice president for member training. That position, well, ironically, my 2-year term ends in October. I am the point person for training and educating our membership. The College Media Association represents college media advisors across the country and their students. So we have webinars, advisor certification, and summer virtual workshops for our students and our advisors to learn skills and for our advisors to upskill and be aware of legal issues and other things that may come up on the job. It's been a very rewarding 2 years, and it's going to be bittersweet when I pass the gavel to my successor in October.
Well, thank you so much, Fredrick Batiste, HCC Communications Instructor, Egalitarian Advisor. We'll have all your information in our post after the show, and I would just encourage students out there to get involved in student media, no matter what your major is. You'll have a lot of fun and you'll gain some incredible skills. Thank you so much for your work with our students.
And thank you, Stacy.
Okay, I think we are going on to some news, events, and announcements.
Yes, absolutely. How we wrap out every episode of Up to the Minute. Going to kick things off with an announcement about our fall food trailer at HCC in partnership with the Houston Food Bank. Free groceries are available to HCC students, faculty, and staff through the Community Health Market trailer in Houston Food Bank, offered at HCC campuses. No pre-registration is needed, but go early before items run out. The next one is available Monday, August 28th, 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. at our A-Leaf Hayes campus. Excuse me. Check the post after the show for more info.
And we have some work study job fairs coming up. Students that are eligible for work study can attend HCC's Path to Profession job fairs. You can get some work while in school, earn $15 an hour. Some of those upcoming are Monday, August 28th at Central College, Tuesday, August 29th at Northline, and both of those are 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Check the post after the show for more dates and registration info. And I'd just like to say, if you have fun watching Up to the Minute, you can help on the crew for Up to the Minute because HCCTV has some positions open. So go ahead, come and apply if you're eligible for work study.
All right. Well, we have just finished our first week of the regular term. And if you are wondering how to manage it all, how you're going to study and retain all this material, we have a series for you. It's called Recipes for Success. And it's a student life tips series. And it's back. Several helpful workshops are coming up to assist students in improving skills or studying to lead to the grades that they want. Effective note-taking will be happening August 29th. Test-taking strategies and an opportunity to connect with tutoring during the Eagle Chat series will be happening on August 30th. So great lineup. All of these opportunities will be virtual on Microsoft Teams. So be sure to check the post after the show or your email about more details with what Student Life has planned.
Okay, this next announcement, my personal finance geek husband is going to actually really, really love. Join HCC's financial coaches to learn how to prepare for student loan repayment, tax refunds, financial freedom, and more. Workshops are going to happen every month. They're going to be on the second Tuesday. They start in September. Check the post after the show for more info. Learn how to be financially healthy.
All right. Well, staff Senate elections are coming up. HCC staff Senate elections will be held soon. But since it was decided that if a division or a location had fewer nominees than available seats, those nominees would automatically be confirmed as senators. If there were more nominees than seats, then it would be an open election. Therefore, only Coleman College will have an election, and that will happen soon. So if you have any questions, please contact Sue Maraska or Dr. Melissa Miller Waters, whose emails will be posted after the show about opportunities to vote.
Now, if you've lived in the Texas Gulf Coast for any period of time, you know hurricanes can strike Whenever, before the next disaster strikes, HCC is prepared to help Houston prepare, recover, and rebuild. Students and prospective students can still enroll for short online classes through our Resiliency Upskilling Credential courses, and funding is available. Check the post after the show.
And as we like to wrap out every time, a reminder about registration. Classes have begun for fall, but fall registration remains open. Fall registration is open for our smaller sessions or our shorter sessions, such as Second Start, that is 12 weeks and will begin on September 18th. We also have some later start sessions. As always, we have a mix of online and in-person courses for our students to take advantage of according to their learning style. To learn more about HCC programs, start dates, and options to cover costs, be sure to visit hccs.edu/apply. Well, coming up for Mental Health Monday, HCC's Counseling and Ability Services will return to tell us what they have planned for this fall. And later this week, the Houston Museum of Natural Science will reveal its special exhibition, Everyday Furberage is Not Just About Those Famous Eggs. So thank you for joining us for this edition of Up to the Minute. We'll see you next time.